The investigation also pointed to a third conspirator, a man known by the name of Abu Agila Masud. But at the time, investigators were unable to identify or locate this third person. This morning I'm joined by the head of our National Security Division here at the Department of Justice, John Demers, by Acting U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Michael Sherwin, and by Steve D'Antuono, the Assistant Director in charge of the Washington Field Office of the FBI. I'm also joined by Caro Weeps, who I met last year at the memorial for the 103 victims, and whose brother, Rick Manetti, was killed on that flight. Caro now leads a Pan Am Flight 103 advocacy organization. I also want to say that I talked earlier this morning with the director, Chris Ray, who regrets very much he can't be here in person, to underscore the commitment and the tenacity of the FBI in this investigation. That was underscored to me also last year when I spoke at the memorial at Arlington National Cemetery. And among the audience were so many FBI agents and DOJ former employees and current employees who have been involved in this investigation, still 30 years later, coming out to support the victims' families, and that speaks volumes for the commitment that exists here at the department. I am pleased to announce that the United States has filed criminal charges against the third conspirator, Abu Agila Masud Kir al-Marimi, for his role in the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. Let there be no mistake. No amount of time or distance will stop the United States and our Scottish partners from pursuing justice in this case. Well over a third of the Americans alive today were either not born or not old enough to remember the downing of Pan Am 103. But for those of us who do remember the tragic event and the iconic images of its aftermath, some of which are displayed here today, this is forever seared in our memories. Passengers and crew aboard the flight came from 21 countries around the world, but by far the largest contingent on the flight were Americans, including a group of 35 study abroad students from Syracuse University who were on their way home to spend Christmas with their families. There is no question that the Pan Am 103 attack was aimed at the United States, and this heinous assault lives in infamy in the collective memory of the American people.